Hello, my name is Louise and welcome to Adventures with Yarn. This is my knitting and crochet YouTube podcast in which I talk mainly about knitting and crochet. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome. Thank you so much for coming to check me out. And if you are already a subscriber, welcome back. I'm glad that you're here. As always, if you like what you see, feel free to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. So I hope that you guys have all been well and having time to knit and craft and do things that make you happy and joyful. I have some works in progress to show you this week, and I have some yarn acquisitions as well. So settle in, grab your beverage of choice, and let's get into it. I have been ready to feel festive, that's for sure. I have definitely got my peppermint hot chocolate, as I've been partially inspired by some of my new fiber share friends. So that is what I'm sipping on. Speaking of fiber share, I mentioned last week that I have signed up for fiber share for the first time. I have had no regrets. I basically have two new fiber friends that I've been chit-chatting with. It's been really awesome learning about them, learning about what kind of crafts they like to do, what kind of YouTube podcasts they watch, and it's really opened my eyes to new things and new experiences, and that's always really fun. It's always fun to adventure out and try new things. I've definitely found some cool podcasts. One of them, I think it's called the Yarn Hoarder, is new to me, and she does a lot of, she does just a lot of stuff. I haven't even made it through the first podcast that I started watching yet, but really, really inspiring. And I have yet to see what she does with her sock yarn. My fiber friend sent me the link to one of her videos because I want to make a scrappy sock yarn blanket. More about that later. But also, speaking of the holidays, I am super stoked already as well because I have purchased for the first time a mini skein advent calendar, and I might have also purchased a stitch marker advent calendar off Etsy. So I will not be at a loss of little things to open every day of December. It might be a little bit excessive, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some of my works in progress. We have the Night Shift Shawl by Andrea Mallory. And I have been plugging away at this bit by bit, week by week. You can see my progress keeper here, which is a little taco by Charmed and Dangerous. And I mean, I might have worked on this really for like one good evening this week and a little bit here and there, but not a lot. My time has been limited lately for knitting, but I am still working away because this is going to be a special Christmas present for somebody. I like to call the color theme Coffee Time with a Hipster because of the browns, the coffee colored browns, as well as the teal. And I hope that this will keep a certain someone in my life warm and cozy. It is an asymmetrical shawl, and I love patterns that are memorizable, that you can just pick up and do and know that you're doing it right, and keep at it. And that is what this is. So I really have loved this. This isn't the second one that I've made. I made the first Night Shift shawl was a gift for someone else as well, and that was for one of my health coaches, because of how much she inspired me and helped me, and is just a really awesome person. So she deserved a Night Shift shawl. And same with this recipient, she is also awesome, and so she will be receiving this. I still have a little bit to go, but I'm hopeful that I will finish it in time for Christmas and in time to give that away. Okay, so the other projects are new cast-ons since my last podcast. So I have here my little gnome bag by Poodle Knits. And this has been an on-the-go project for me. So I have cast this on and started the Changing Staircases shawl. And if I can kind of show this so far. So this is a triangle shawl, and it's just the bits here, it's kind of curling in on itself. So you have these panels of stockinette, and then this kind of lace, and then the stockinette and the lace, each one and the next, and it also grows. It'll probably be easier to show this one as I have more progress on it, but I do have a certain someone in mind for this too. So this is also part of my Knit Miss knitting. I want to show you the kind of yarn that I used for it. So I found these at Hobby Lobby. So this is by Yarn Bee Pigment and Fiber, and it comes in these 6 colors that are fingering weight yarn. I want to say acrylic. It's acrylic and wool and nylon blend. 60% acrylic, 20% wool, 20% nylon. And you basically have fingering weight bargain yarn. And you can see as the price up here, this was $8 for this pack. And this color pack is called London Deer. And I bought one for myself too because I really like the colors. Of course, I had to get the one with the pink in it for me. And this color pack is called Garden Song. And before I caked up each little ball, I shouldn't say caked up, before I wound up each little ball for the Changing Staircases shawl, the color pack was called Raindrop Hum, and I figured that I would use it and make stripes and make this shawl. I'm a little bit hesitant though because we can see there's a white as the first color, and then it goes into this bright light blue, a light blue, a gray, and then we have like a lighter gray before it goes to dark blue, and then cream, the creamy white from the front. But the white and the gray being so close to each other, I'm starting to kind of wonder, I don't know. And then also realistically, I actually don't even know if this is gonna all pan out, because I don't know if the length of the yarns that I have like wound up in each little ball are going to end up being enough for the length of the stripes as the shawl goes on. I don't know, but we will see. We'll just see how that turns out. It'll be an adventure for sure. But I also like that this pattern has been memorizable, and it's just been a nice little fun mobile project to work on. I have this on some circular needles here, and I pack it up in my bag, and basically I've been taking this with me at my teaching gig. Basically I have nursing students, and they are doing their clinicals, and at certain times they're in therapy sessions where I can't really take the time. I can't really talk to them off the floor like I do. Anyways, I end up with some downtime when they're busy doing their activities. So I sit in the break room and knit when I'm not grading their assignments. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so that is something that I've been working on. My next cast on is in my Blue Q Let Them Eat Cake or I suppose it's get me cake now bag. I actually haven't even been zipping this closed because the yarn that I wound up is so big. It's taking up so much room. So basically, I have started a new pair of socks. I am starting another pair of the Rose City rollers. And this doesn't really look like a sock quite yet, but please trust me, it is. Basically, we have the back of the heel here, and we have the sock cuff, and the Rose City rollers are pretty distinctive in that the cuff is just kind of a rolled stockinette stitch. These are shorty socks, so hence the little cuff, and then starting the heel right there. Due to Thanksgiving being a few weeks away, I have busted out my pumpkin pie stitch marker from Pitter Patter Polymer. So that's right there. This yarn is super fun and exciting because we have the black here is by Madeline Tosh, and the colorway is called the Upside Down, like Stranger Things, the Upside Down. So we have that there. And this blue is also TV themed. The blue is the Night King from the Game of Thrones collection that Madeline Tosh had. I don't really know what's going on with Madeline Tosh. I did see on their Instagram that it kind of looks like they're being taken over / maybe have been bought out, I don't know, by Jimmy Bean Wools. And I have kind of been trying to keep an eye out to see, like, you know, what exactly that means for us as the consumers. What does that mean for them as a brand? What about all those gorgeous colors? They did have like a huge sale, and it kind of seemed like more of like a going out of sale. But I am really glad that I have the yarns that I have. This is a close-up of the Night King that I have hand wound into a ball. I really need to get an actual yarn winder to wind my balls into cakes rather than just hand winding into balls. And for all the money that I spend on yarn, I don't know why I don't just spend the money to get one of those little machines to just cake up the yarn. I don't know, but I should. I need to. I'm excited about these shorty socks though. It'll be nice to kind of be knitting in a sense of vanilla sock, because all the socks that I've previously been making have all had patterns and had designs, which have been turned out really lovely, really beautiful socks. But I am looking forward to something that I can just whip up and have quickly. So Rose City roller socks. And those are the projects that I've been working on lately. I have some really cool yarn to show you now. So, speaking of Madeline Tosh, when they were having that sale, I went ahead and took advantage of buying some mini skeins from them. And I figured, which is kind of strange, I didn't imagine that these yarns could potentially not be available anymore. I'm hoping they'll still be available, maybe just under Jimmy Bean Wool yarns rather than the actual Madeline Tosh. Hopefully they'll still have, you know, the same colors. So they just have some beautiful yarn. But I've been inspired by mini skeins lately, and I have been trying to amass a little collection so I can make a project. I bought several from Madeline Tosh that I thought would be cute and fun to just have, colors that I may not have bought like a full skein of, but I just wanted a little bit. So this mini skein is a Madeline Tosh color called Kawaii. And it's just so bright and fun. I was just like, you know, I just need that in my life, even if it's just a little bit, just a little skein. So it's really fun. Acra Evening is this one, and how pretty is that? Look at those splashes of pinks and those teals and dark blues. Oh my gosh, so pretty. And I have quite a few here. This one is Manga. And again, some blues and teals and pinks, but especially a lot of green. This color almost, it kind of makes me think of the colorway that they came out with of Hopper's shirt. A little bit different, but with the pinks and the teals and greens. So pretty. Okay, and then we have this one, Gausia. Some some dark purples, even a bit of black in there, and some dark blue. Super fun, super pretty. Next, oh, I guess that's it for the specific mini skeins that I had picked out. The rest of the mini skeins, I actually went ahead and purchased a grab bag of mini skeins. I think they call them unicorn tails with Madeline Tosh. So these other mini skeins, they came in this little drawstring bag here with the Madeline Tosh semi logo on the front. But these didn't come with labels to what the colors are, but I might recognize some of the colors. So we have this grayish blue. It's definitely not the blackish gray of the Upside Down, and it's not really the blackish gray of Scratched Record, but it has a lot of blue in it. And especially at this time, since Madeline Tosh's website isn't really showcasing all their yarn and all the colors, it's kind of hard to match them up. But we have this one as well. Some yellows and oranges a little bit in there. Really fun. There's quite a few in this grab bag. This, I wonder if this is the kind of like the Gone to Earth colorway. It's very, it's brownish gray, like very gray brown. So we have that one there. I think that this one is their brass. Never mind the green thread holding it together, but I think that this color looks like the brass colorway that I have seen on their website in the past. So we have that one. This is the deepest purple yarn I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this thing is like almost glowing dark purple. It's quite amazing. Quite amazing. So I have that one. This one's really pretty. This is kind of like this cranberry burgundy or red color going on. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. So that one. We have, now this one I did start to wonder if it was potentially Scratched Record. Very deep dark black. Just a little bit of lighter black / dark gray in there too. So very dark mini skein. And the last one is this. By matching this up on the website, this almost looks like a color they have called the Button Jar, but it's really pretty. I really like it. So I got the specific unicorn tail mini skeins, and then I have the grab bag. I have some mini skeins from Biff Sugar Yarn, both from her Potions collection from Halloween, and then also last Christmas my parents got me a mini skein set from Biff Sugar Yarns. I think I have a few odds and ends of mini skeins as well from Madeline Tosh here and there, just kind of adding one onto a purchase here and there. And I definitely have one mini skein that is from Amy Florence Stranded Dye Works, because it was last Christmas, maybe it was her birthday sale, maybe. This first, so many people got to have an extra mini skein. So I've been thinking of what to do with my mini skeins. I want to make something, maybe like a scrappy sock blanket. I'm not entirely sure, but something. I do want to make something cool. I have one more skein of yarn to show you. Just one second, let me take a little sip. I'm taking a sip out of Chip. This is my newest coffee mug that I got from Disney World when I went to Florida for the Magnet Nursing Conference last month. And he does even have, he has a theoretical chip on him. It's just a picture. It doesn't really, it's not an actual chip in the cup. Don't mind the hot chocolate smudged on the side. Okay, so this next skein of yarn to show you is really special. This is some hand-dyed yarn from Amanda of Wallflower Gal Fibers. And brace yourself for this, okay? Brace yourself, because this is something else. Look at this yarn. Oh my gosh, can you see the sparkles in this? Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, it's so soft, it is so squishy, it's gorgeous, and it's sparkly. Oh my gosh. Not only that, it came with a stitch marker. It came with a little purple beaded stitch marker on it. Oh. So let me tell you about this. This is the colorway that she hand dyed herself, called Groovy Grape Jam. Oh, I love it so much. So this yarn is on her Sparkle Soft base, and which is made of 70% wool, 20% nylon, 10% silver stellina. And of course I got fingering weight so I can make socks, because of course I want to make all the socks. I am really impressed with the yarn that Amanda makes. She hand dyes just gorgeous, beautiful yarn. I don't know how. I don't know how she does it. I don't know how anyone does it. I don't know how to dye yarn. But I can definitely appreciate the talent and creativity and the work that goes into making this. And I can definitely appreciate how privileged I am to have it. You can find Amanda on Etsy on her shop, Wallflower Gal Fibers. You can also find that wallflowergalfibers.etsy.com is where you can find it. This is my second skein of yarn from her shop. But like I said, I'm just really impressed with her work, and this is just gorgeous. So I can't wait to start making stuff for myself. Probably after Christmas. It might be a little bit, but as you may know, there is nothing like hand knit socks on your feet, keeping you cozy and warm, and all the colors out there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm just obsessed. I want to make them all. I just want all of them. Okay, guys. Well, episode was a little bit short and sweet, hopefully, but that is going to be it for this week. I hope you guys have all enjoyed this episode. I hope that you guys are doing well, doing things that make you happy, getting into this holiday spirit, maybe knitting for others, maybe knitting for yourself. Certainly, you know, can buy things for yourself. I know I have two separate advent calendars, one of mini skeins and one of stitch markers that I will be indulging in this holiday season. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye.